Alright guys, overnight my time, I caught a little bit of Prayer Garden of America's latest live stream, and she was talking about facts in the Summer Wells case. Well, what we're going to do in this video is address just 3 of those facts. I didn't catch very much of it because I fell asleep, so I'm only going to do the ones that I saw, and 3 in particular. But guys, if you've been following the Summer Wells case since the beginning, or even for, I don't know, a few months, surely you'll realise by now is that there is a whole lot of rumours, but very few facts. And actually the only facts that the TBI have given us are written here on the TBI's website. This is the TBI Newsroom relating to the Amber Alert for Summer Wells. There's the age progression photo that the National Centre for Missing and Exploited Children did. They released that in June, and then they've been updating this website periodically. Generally every 6 months there's a little update, and these are the facts that the TBI is wanting us to know. When was Summer last seen? Her mother reports last seen her on the afternoon of June 15th, 2021 at their home in the 100 block of Ben Hill Road, Hawkins County, Tennessee. In order to preserve the integrity of the investigation, we will not provide additional information regarding the timeline. And it's the timeline that there is a considerable amount of work being done on it, both by me, by others. Some of it I think will prove to be accurate, some won't, but we don't know who's right, who's wrong, whatever. So I'll put a link to this, as I often do, in the description box of this video so that you can go and read those for yourself. And I've got lots of videos where I've read the whole page. Alright, so these are the 3 facts that I'm going to address in this video. 2 of them relate specifically to the timeline, but this first one doesn't. It relates to what happened before Summer went missing. So this allegedly came from Dudley Adjan, who is the guy that Don fired from the job site in Jonesboro the day before Summer went missing. And Dudley and Don have got a very, very fractious relationship. You should have heard them when they both got together. Whose live was that? I think it was on Voices Behind the Wall. It was hilarious in places. Sleuth Dog even did a video about it. You know, it was a proper catfight. But anyway, this is what Prayer Garden of America said that Dudley said. Donald came outside carrying Summer the same day that the Dancing in the Rain video was taken, in front of that for sale barrel. Dudley saw Don and Candus leaving to take Summer somewhere, and the boys were screaming, "Where are you taking Summer? Where are you taking her?" Not true. Dudley didn't say that. Dudley did not say that. This is the Dancing in the Rain video. I've just screen copied this, and it was on Candice Wells' TikTok. And there's the for sale barrel. That's been explained by Don as the barrel was for sale, and he bought it for like $20 from some guy. When this was taken, Dudley's vehicle was parked at the Wells because they were car sharing at this job. Now, because I took a screen grab of this, I don't know what date this was. If anybody knows the precise date, if anybody captured the whole screen rather than just the video, I would be very appreciative, because I can't find Candice's TikTok anymore. I'll just have another look just to make sure. Candice Wells 1, Candice Donnie Wells. No, she's taken it down. So if anybody knows the date that the Dancing in the Rain video was taken, can you let me know? I know it was like maybe 2 weeks before she went missing. By memory, I think it would have been around the end of May, beginning of June, but I can't give you the date, which I'm really annoyed about. But this is what Dudley said to Chronicles of Olivia and Molly Golightly and that crew. Listen to this. Chronicles of Olivia's put a copyright on it, but this is Fair Use Act 1976, Section 7 or whatever. So this is for commentary and information purposes. So he heard something about the boy saying, so he heard it, so this is hearsay. An unknown person told him this. He didn't see it for himself.
Where y'all going?
So the boy said, where y'all going?
Carrying Summer out the house.
Carrying Summer out the house.
Don and Candus.
Head
down.
So Don and Candice head down, so she was sleeping.
The shoulder, carried her out and left.
Carrying her out, then left.
Sunday or Monday.
And he doesn't know whether that was Sunday or Monday before she went missing. Well, the Dancing in the Rain video wasn't taken on the Sunday or Monday before she went missing. So this is false. False. Okay, next one. The boys told two different humans, Geordie Sue and Mr. Dotson, that Summer was last seen by them outside playing on the swing. They also told Mr. Dotson the kitchen door is the back door and the one Summer used to go outside. Well, we know Candice said, Don said that that back door, the door into the basement, was the one that Summer would use because the boys were told loads and loads to go and find Summer because she would always be outside and she'd go out the back door and she'd run around the house and go on her swing. Now, I can't remember what they told David Dotson. David Dotson was interviewed by Teresa, who was then with Unmasked. She's now Criminality. Great channel, go and check it out. I don't remember what they told David Dotson, but Geordie Sue, they definitely told Geordie Sue on the night that Summer went missing that she was last seen on the swing set. And we've got several videos that have included that information in. However, they told Sheriff Ronnie Lawson something quite different, a little bit different anyway, that they last saw Summer going out of the basement door. And that was communicated by the sheriff himself and talked about in the kind of day following. WJHL reported it. It is true, that is true, that the boys did tell at least one person, possibly two people, that they last saw Summer on the swing, but they told the sheriff that they last saw her going out of the basement door. The story, the script, that Candice took Summer over to the house and the boys said she's gone downstairs to play with her toys, and they were sitting on the kitchen. They were sitting at the kitchen table playing games. That can't be true. That cannot be true because they can't see that back door or the swing from the kitchen table. So maybe one boy saw her going downstairs. Maybe one boy saw her going out the door. He'd have to either be in the basement or he'd have to be outside to see that. And then maybe one boy saw her at the swing. Which swing? We don't know. Is it the rope swing? Geordie Sue said the swing set, which to me sounds more like the monkey bars behind the bus. If that used to have a swing attached to it, they might still call it the swing set. Whichever way it is, Summer was seen outside. So that is true. That is true. Now, this one is apparently true, but we have nothing really to back this up other than what people have said. Whereas the boys one, we actually have the sheriff telling us that the boys last saw her outside, going outside the basement door. So Candice left 110 Ben Hill Road twice on June 15th between the hours of 3:30 and 6:30. So they would have got her home shortly before 3:30. And then the 911 calls were made 6:23, 6:26. And the dispatch call that we've all heard many times now was a shade after 6:30. And then cops started to arrive just before 7. Okay, so it's been said lots of times by various people that Candus left the hill twice and that cops know she left the hill twice. And it's been said by Fred Hill that when he was at the junkyard, he must have left for the junkyard at like 3:30. But Fred's friend Chad Arnold was at Fred's at the time, and he saw Candus on Fred's driveway, and the time is roughly about 4:30. So that would be the first time she left. Now, Jodie Sue said she heard what she thought might be the Suburban careering as fast as possible around 5:30 up the driveway. But all this is what such a person said and what such a person said. However, this is the most recent video that I've seen it being talked about. This was only 2 days ago. This is Lisa Kay Ruetz. So she does a lot on Rose Bly, but she also talks about Summer. So this is what was said on her channel a couple of days ago.
Nana for Life is a friend of hers, and she said that Candus told her she went over there at 4:30. Fred was not home at the time, but Chad Arnold, I think, that lived at the end of the driveway there, he saw her come over to Fred's when Fred wasn't home, which is kind of interesting about the backpack, I think. Did she take the drugs over in a backpack? I guess that makes sense because she probably didn't just have them in her hands.
So this is something that Fred's sister said, that a backpack was found on the driveway. Now, how would Fred's sister know? There was Summer's clothes found in Fred's washing machine. I don't know. Fred's sister, I think, is just joining in on the general rumour train, to be polite. Anyway, the backpack makes sense, though, because if Candus did take the drugs, they knew Summer was missing and knew that there'd be cops all over the house, so she took the drugs to Fred, and that's why Dom went in the evening when all the cops and that were there to get the drugs back, and Fred wouldn't give them back. So I don't know. That does make sense, that they'd want to take the drugs that they had in the house somewhere, rather than have it on their property. So that could be true. That could be true, that that's what she did. But yeah, again, it's hearsay, but it does make sense. So Candus has said that she only left the hill once, even though apparently she's told people that she did leave the hill twice. So I don't know. The time that she says she left the hill was just after 6. Jodie Sue saw her like 6:09 or something, and she was out looking for Summer, and she went this way and that way and that way and this way. So I think Summer was missing a lot longer than 10 minutes, as was said in the dispatch call. I think she was probably missing more like an hour and a half, 2 hours even. So she could potentially have got a lot further, either by her own steam or by someone else taking her out of there, by the time the cops even got a call that she was missing. So let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you very soon in the next video. Bye, guys.